John Clempner, leader of Harlow Council, challenging times ahead, but you want to get the Harlow residents involved. Can you tell me a little bit how you want to speak to them and consult with them?
I think there are two things really. The first one is I'm particularly keen on being open and transparent with the council, and that's across all that we do. In this particular context, we're talking about the budget process. We've made significant cuts for 3 years. Those cuts are continuing in terms of the money we get from central government to fund local services. We've got another £1.3 million to save this year, and about £5.3 million over the next 3 years. I think it's really important that we engage with people of Harlow to understand what their priorities are, to tell them the services we do provide, what the choices might be, and we use that information to inform the budget process for next year. The budget from March 2015, we've got a process that's starting today. We'll be consulting over the next couple of months, and that will go into the budget setting process, leading to us setting the budget in February next year. But it's really important that we have an open conversation, engage with them, people in Harlow properly, so that we understand what they value, what choices we have to make are.
So the nuts and bolts of this, how are you going to engage with people and how can they engage with you?
So there's several elements to this. The first one is a formal consultation on the budget. So we're sending out a questionnaire to 2,000 randomly selected people in Harlow, which spells out what services the council does provide, which ones we're obliged to provide by law, the so-called statutory services, and which services that we don't have to provide by law, but nonetheless many people in Harlow value and they make Harlow what it is, the so-called discretionary services. And we're asking them to give us their views on which of those services they value, which ones they would like to preserve or possibly even increase, and also asking questions about their view about council tax, recognising that this administration over the last 2 years has kept the council tax rise to below inflation, so real terms cut, but that was necessary to preserve services in the long term. So this is not about taking short-term decisions for just now or to make a political point. It's about sustainable finances for the council, and really it's about getting a genuine view. So, but in addition to those 2,000 people we're sending the formal paper survey to, anybody in Harlow, whether it's a local individual or a business or organisation, can give us their views. The same survey is online on the council's website. We'll be publishing the link in both the Harlow Times, the council's newsletter, and on the social media via the Harlow Council's Facebook page and Twitter and what have you. We want as many people as possible to respond to that survey, even if they don't get the physical form through the door. And in addition, if they don't have access to the internet, they can come to the Civic Centre and pick up a paper copy of the survey and give it to us that way. So there's many ways they can do that. There's also, if you're in social media, there's going to be some a Twitter question. It's Harlow Budget Choices, the hashtag, and you can give your views on ideas for savings or what services people value.
So that process